How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle. Today is the second time using this Pikachu team, so hopefully it goes well. If you want to battle me, join the Discord server in the description, and please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. With that being said, let's find ourselves a game. Okay, we found our opponent Shanam. I hope I pronounced that right, I'm sorry if I didn't. They've got a pretty cool looking dragon-themed team, or dragon/dinosaur themed team. They've got a Garchomp, Latias, Salamence, Dragonite, Gyarados, and a Tyranitar. Pretty powerful stuff, to be honest with you. Pikachu could do some good work. If we can get the sub up, it can focus punch the life out of the Tyranitar, can Volt Tackle the Gyarados. Volt Tackle will also hurt Dragonite and Salamence a little bit. It's just the Garchomp and the Latias we need to watch out for, really. Let's see. Mamoswine is going to do incredibly well here, of course. I'm thinking I don't know what they're going to lead off with. Probably Garchomp or the Tyranitar, I'd say. I think we're probably safe leading off with our Scizor, so let's do that. And the battle begins. Once again, we're in Fantina's gym. I just can't get enough of this background, you know. They led off with the Latias as we led off with Gold Dust, the Scizor. So this is actually a perfect lead for us. We completely wall the Latias and we can just go for a safe U-turn. And obviously, if they stay in, it's not going to work out for them. They kind of have to switch out at this point. So they go for a Reflect. So that actually does work out pretty well for them. So they're looking like a dual screen Latias right now. Interesting. So obviously, U-turn doesn't do nearly as much damage thanks to Reflect. Do we have something faster that can outspeed and go for insert move here? Special move, maybe? I don't know. I'm thinking of going into Drapion and going for the... Because Scizor was our defogger, so we could have defogged away the screens, but it's fine. We'll go into Drapion. Drapion's a solid one here. Go straight for a knockoff, knock off its item. Works out great for us. So yeah, Drapion's great. We can go for a knockoff real quick. And hopefully, if they switch out, we can get a knockoff off on something important, which would be great. They are going to withdraw the Latias because they don't want to take a knockoff to the face. And they're going to go into Gyarados. So Gyarados makes its shows its face. This thing can definitely Dragon Dance on us, so we need to be really careful. Go for a knockoff, does nothing really to it. We knocked off the leftovers. Going to go ahead and anticipate them going for the Dragon Dance, and I'm going to go for a Whirlwind. And hopefully we can blow it out of there before it can set up all over our face. Yep, there's the Dragon Dance. Sorry, bud, not letting you do that. I'm afraid this Scorpion knows how to blow you away. Absolutely blow you away. So go for the Whirlwind, get rid of the Gyarados. There we go. Not setting up on me, no sir. In comes the Latias again, the poor Latias. As we are going to go ahead and go for a Toxic this time because I can see them going back into Gyarados. Let's go for the Toxic. I think that'll work out nicely for us. They are going to withdraw again. What are they going to go into this time? Tyranitar. Tyranitar's not going to appreciate a Toxic, I don't think. And luckily, Toxic can't miss because it is 100% accurate with poison types. So we can go for a Toxic real quick. That's going to be great on the Tyranitar. Whittle it down little by little. Little by little. Sorry, I shouldn't sing. It's a bit cringe. Bit cringe right there. So we'll get the Toxic off on the Tyranitar. I'm just trying to think what our best switch into Tyranitar is. I'm thinking Scizor is a good option. I'm thinking Poliwrath is a great option. Resists both its stabs. I think Poliwrath is a solid choice right now. So we'll go into Poliwrath real quick. Now, obviously, Reflect is up, so we've got to be wary of that. Let's go into Poliwrath anyway. And they go for an Earthquake, which isn't going to do too much damage to us. Luckily for us, because Poliwrath does have some decent, you know, bulk to it. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but it has like decent bulk to say the least. Decent-ish. So, question is, do they go into Gyarados now? I can see them going into Gyarados to get a setup off. I'm wondering what they're going to do here with the Tyranitar. So the Reflect wears off, which is perfect. I think they probably go Latias here, personally. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into Scizor. I think Scizor is a good option. Scizor is going to do work here against this team. There we go. We're going to withdraw Twister, the Poliwrath, and we're going to go into Scizor real quick. Now, whether they switched out, I don't know. They might have decided to go for another EQ. Either way, it's fine by me. They are going to withdraw the Tyranitar. What are they going to go into this time? Latias. So they went into Latias. Interesting. So, does Latias go for another reflect here? I think it does, right? I say we still go for a U-turn. Or do we get a bullet punch in, expecting them to do it? What would they switch in? Salamence or Dragonite or Gyarados? Let's go for another U-turn. They probably go for a reflect here, but yeah, they go for the reflect. We could have gone for the defog, but I didn't want to risk it. So we're getting damage off on the Latias regardless, you know, and it doesn't have leftovers because it probably has Light Clay. So you know, getting the damage off little by little, it's definitely helping out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Drapion again, and we're going to go straight for another knockoff. And they won't bring the Gyarados in because the Gyarados can't, what do you call it? It can't set up on us. So they won't bring that in. No way. We can just go straight for a knockoff here. And again, knocking off their items is just great. So they get a recover off, which is fine. Knockoff should still do a lot of damage considering. There we go, see? Still does a lot of damage. Knocking off their Lumberry. Okay. That's fine. Fine. What we can do here is we can go straight for a Toxic on this thing because it's probably going to go for another Recover. Yeah, let's see. Recover comes through again. So getting the Toxic off is going to be pretty good at limiting how long this Latias can stay on the field. So we'll get the Toxic off on the Latias. We've also got it off on the Tyranitar, I believe. So that's always good. And this next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight for another knockoff because at the end of the day, stalling out these turns is stalling out Reflect. So going for another knockoff is fine by me. I don't see them staying in now. I think they do switch out. There we go. They're going to withdraw the Latias. So we're going to get a knockoff off on something. In comes the Tyranitar. So Tyranitar is going to have its item knocked off, which is just great. I think the Tyranitar had leftovers, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong there. But we're going to knock it off anyway. There we go, leftovers. So that's pretty good. Now we obviously have to switch out. I don't really see why it would stay in. So we'll go, Tyranitar gets a bit of poison on it. Probably going to see an Earthquake again. I'm going to go into Scizor this turn and go for a Defog. I think going for Defog is a pretty solid option. So we'll go Scizor and we'll go Defog. So let's see how this goes. There's the Scizor coming in. How well are you going to tank an Earthquake? Probably pretty well. I mean, you know, Tyranitar's, as it's demonstrated, hasn't got the best. Goes for a Stealth Rock, so that's even more reason for me to go for a Defog right now. So that's pretty awesome. So Toxic's going to kick in a bit more for the Tyranitar, and obviously Tyranitar has no residual recovery. They need to be careful now because the Reflector's just worn off. I thought they had Light Clay. Oh no, they had Lumberry, didn't they? Yeah, so that's why Reflect didn't last as long. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Let's go for a Defog. They are going to withdraw the Tyranitar. What are they going to go into? That's the real question. The Latias. So the Latias comes in. We're going to demonstrate to them that we can defog, and we will defog. I think what I'll do the next turn is I'll just go for another defog. Because they're probably going to set up the Reflect, right? Probably go for the Reflect. And we'll just go for another defog. I don't see the reason not to. We'll definitely win this fight, so we'll go for a defog really quick. There's nothing this thing can do to us, so they go for the Reflect. We're just going to defog it right away. There we go. Get rid of the Reflect real quick. And to be fair, there's a good chance that our opponent won't even realize that defog clears away Reflect, even though it says it right there. So we can go for the defog, and we can stall them out quite easily, to be fair. You know, with the poison and everything. So I think this turn they switch out. Yeah, I think this turn they switch out. So I'm going to go for a U-turn here. They go for a Recover. That's perfect. That's perfect, because it means we're going to hit them in the face with a full blast U-turn. There we go. Does over half to them, which is perfect. And now we can go into Mamoswine and Ice Shard this thing. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go into Mamoswine. Mamoswine's the one who's going to be the MVP. So we started off a bit slow in this game, but I think now we're going to start racking up some KOs. So yeah, Mamoswine can come in now. This thing's going to get hit by the poison. They can't sit in there, set the Reflect up, which is great for us. We're just going to go straight for an Ice Shard. No questions asked whatsoever. They're going to withdraw the Latias. They're probably going to go Gyarados, honestly. Yeah, Gyarados comes in. Was Gyarados Intimidate before? I can't remember, to be honest with you. Cannot remember at all. But no, yeah, we've kind of forced the... No, it's not. It's Moxie. Got to be careful with that then. Got to be really careful. So, probably going to go for a Dragon Dance, which makes me want to go for an Icicle Crash. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for the Icicle Crash. We outspeed, which is perfect. Go for the Icicle Crash. That's going to take out the Gyarados. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Perfect. Mamoswine coming through clutch right now. What an absolute unit. So, to be fair, looking at the rest of their team, there's nothing Mamoswine can't handle. They've got a Salamence. They've got a Dragonite. They've got a Latias, which is nearly dead. They've got a Garchomp. They've got a Tyranitar. You know? Let's go for an Ice Shard. Let's just go for it. There we go. Ice Shard's going to come through. Is it going to KO the Salamence? It does KO the Salamence. This Dragon-type team has got nothing on Mamoswine, honestly. Mamoswine was made to KO dragons. Wouldn't surprise me if we got a DC. Would not surprise me whatsoever. They're going to go into Dragonite now. So Dragonite's a different case. With Dragonite, it has multi-scale, so we have to be really careful what we do here. So what I'm going to do is... I want to go Scizor, but they could easily have Fire Punch. Some of their dragons have got to have fire moves for the steel types. You just know it. So I'm really debating what to do. I think I'm going to go with Drapion. And that way, if it did set up a Dragon Dance, we can Whirlwind it out. So we'll go Drapion real quick. There we go. They go for an extreme speed. That would have definitely done a lot of damage to Mamoswine. It wouldn't have KO'd Mamoswine, but, you know, it's still out-prioritized Ice Shard, which is definitely what they were after doing there. Let's go for a knockoff. We're probably going to see a Tyranitar switch. They stay in and go for a Dragon Dance. Okay, so that is deadly. That is deadly right there. But we do get the knockoff off, which is perfect. That's going to get rid of any leftovers they might have as well. Metronome. That'll be for Outrage, because Outrage obviously, increasing the amount of damage Outrage does each turn. That'd be pretty deadly. Yeah, we're going to go for a Whirlwind. Hopefully we can take an EQ. They go for an Outrage. Take an Outrage. No, we can't take an Outrage. Damn. Okay, so they're locked into Outrage, which is perfect. They are locked into Outrage, so we can definitely take this thing out with our... well, we could go Salamence, really. Choice Scarf, Scatter Salamence. Go for an Outrage. Might be a good shout. Good shout there. Let's go into Salamence. Let's get Salamence some screen time. Because I love Salamence. I love how the shiny came out. I love everything about Salamence. It's such a cool Pokemon. It's easily my favorite Dragon-type Pokemon. It's actually in my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time. We're just going to go straight for an Outrage because I'm not confident Dragon Claw or KO. But we do outspeed because we are Choice Scarfed and we have a greater base speed than Dragonite. So, with the Dragonite out of the way, looks like we have to deal with a Tyranitar now. I would guess Tyranitar was coming in. There's the Garchomp. So Garchomp coming in. That tells me that the Garchomp is Scarf Chomp, and it's going to outspeed us now and go for an Outrage itself. Nope, it's not Scarf Chomp. We're going to go for an Outrage. That's going to... It's Focus Sash. It's a Focus Sash Chomp. And it's going to get the rough skin off, which is going to hurt us a lot. Not really, not. And they go for their own Outrage. So this game is just full of dragons going for Outrages. How many Dragon-type Pokemon are going to be in one battle? Like, seriously. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We could go Scizor here, or we could go Mamoswine. Mamoswine's probably the best option, but I'm going to go Scizor. I'm going to get some Scizor screen time right now, since we've got the opportunity to get Scizor in to go for a Bullet Punch. So let's go for it. Let's take it. Let's take it. Let's take the opportunity. Yeah, we'll just go for Bullet Punch and take out this this great threat Garchomp. There we go. Down it goes. Poof. It's gone. Just like that. So there isn't actually much of a way that my opponent can take out Scizor. The only thing they can really do here is go into Latias, get up a Reflect, and let it go down. That's all I can really think. So yeah, that's all I can think it will do. If we can get Pikachu at the end and get a Volt Tackle off to KO the Tyranitar, that'd be great. But I doubt it. So Tyranitar comes in right now. It's going to get the Sandstream up and all that wonderful jazz. We'll just go for a U-turn. If we I think we might outspeed. If we don't outspeed, then we'll bring... If we don't outspeed and we get initiative, we'll bring in Pikachu. We do outspeed though, so U-turn's going to come through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the almighty Poliwrath. We'll get Poliwrath some screen time. So Poliwrath comes in, looking good, looking good. They go for an EQ. We're going to tank that like an absolute boss. There we go. Gonna get buffed by the sandstorm a little bit, but it's fine. We've got leftovers to cover that. No problems there. Absolutely no problems. Toxic's gonna kick in. Only a little bit of damage, of course. We're gonna go straight for a... Do we go Drain Punch or Waterfall here? Which one's got the more power? Waterfall's better because I'm thinking they switch into Latias here. Let's go for Waterfall. Let's go for the Waterfall. Take out this Tyranitar / Latias. There we go. We go for the Waterfall. That's definitely going to take out the Tyranitar from there. So Poliwrath getting the KO. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gonna get buffed by the Sandstorm, of course. Not that it matters because we do have the leftovers, which is always lovely. Gonna scran on a bit of chewed apple. Oh, gross. In comes a Latias. Latias, of course, is going to go down to a Waterfall, but it depends on whether they outspeed us. Well, not outspeed us, sorry. Depends on whether they go for an attack or not. They go for a stored power. That's not going to do anything to us. It's not going to do nothing. Go for a Waterfall. Nearly get the KO, but the Sandstorm is going to finish it off. Stored power, but it doesn't have any boosting moves. It has Reflect. We haven't seen Light Screen, to be fair, so it could have Calm Mind for the special side. Maybe. But Poliwrath got 2 KOs this game. Granted, we got lucky with the Latias. But that was a pretty fun game. It was nice battling like a theme team. Just loaded of dragons. Guy clearly loves the dragons. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.